Welcome everybody to Wrestlers Pit. I'm Nick. With me is B.
Holler at your koala.
And today we're going to talk Survivor Series. We're going to talk Raw. And you know what? We might even touch on some NXT Takeover.
No, I think
because
we got
that
to.
happened this weekend too, man.
That was my favorite of the weekend, to be honest.
Oh, of course.
I mean,
of the
I
four
can't hold
shows, back to back.
Just how they started. So let's start from Saturday. Let's just start off Survivor Series. This weekend we had NXT Takeover.
Yep.
At the start of the match, we had the War Games,
War
female
Games for
War
the
Games
women.
match. And man, may I just say, like I was kind of saying it to you as it was ending. Let's first, never mind how they did it was great. You know, if you listen to this, I'm sure you know what happens. So I want to get right to it. I'm watching Rhea and Shayna going at it, right? And when she was in that hold, the sleeper, the handcuff to the wrist, and I'm like, okay, like this is going somewhere. And then she literally picks her up and slams her. Like I was saying to myself, like, wow, this girl's gonna be a star in the making. And right at that moment, bam, throws her through two friggin' steel chairs, like a sidewalk slamish, you know?
The Riptide.
Ripped.
Yeah.
That's the cool name for it.
Yeah.
And she's
Rhea
from
Ripley,
Australia, right?
Yep.
Man, smashed her.
Yep.
And bam, that did it for me to kick off the night. I said, wow.
This is going to be good.
As always, you put me onto it a couple years ago. Guys, I don't know. Like NXT Takeover.
shows out, dude.
The takeovers are like NXT's manias, I've said before.
Yeah.
I really think that
One every 3 months. Not too many.
They go all out. It's beautiful. I liked it.
They always perform to like the absolute highest standard that they can.
Absolutely.
And like that's like a thing that makes it so special. And like throughout like 4 matches. 4 matches, 2.5 hours. And I didn't get bored during any of those matches.
Yeah, you wouldn't even know it. It's over. It's over quick. The night's still young. It's like
Finn Balor, Matt Riddle.
it's like someone getting knocked out.
Loving it.
UFC, yes.
Like who was the other match? I'm drawing a total blank on that third match.
Oh, I know, because War Games is right there. No, we had the triple threat for the
Oh
winner
yeah, for the
goes and
next night, Pete Dunne versus Damien Priest versus
really good
Killian
showing
Dane.
by Priest, I thought. That was what I was noticing.
You were
through the
saying
match.
that a lot
I was
throughout
like,
the
wow.
match.
Yeah, I'm really liking this guy. The story he was telling, you know, fighting, and looks like he got rewarded the next night.
Yeah, because
they
he
put him in
kind of
5 representing Team NXT.
I mean, it was the second guy eliminated, but he almost got his finisher on Randy Orton, and that's what matters.
How about Keith Lee looking strong as hell in that match?
Showed out in War Games. Showed out.
Run that back.
Absolute beast in the 5-on-5 men's Survivor Series match. I mean, you can tell Vince loves this dude.
Yep.
Because
Of course, big. What is it?
Charisma.
Big sweaty men. Big strong sweaty men.
Vince McMahon loves big sweaty men.
Yeah.
But dude is just so much like he's charismatic as hell. He's athletic as hell, and he's strong. Like he's not like a big man that like
for sure.
Like Big Cass, like 7 feet tall, but he wasn't in shape
huge,
during his like
Keith
run.
Lee's huge. No,
But,
well,
like, Keith
alcohol.
Lee-
Don't drink, kids. Don't drink.
Don't drink.
Don't drink.
But 6'3", 330 pounds. Dude does moonsaults, jumps over people, and
I know when he split his legs.
does the spirit bomb,
Saturday
which is the
night.
last ride sit out.
Yeah.
Which
Charisma as hell. But he was dripping with swagoo, as the kids would say. What else? And then the War Games, man. That was wrestling.
Yeah, and I'm so
I don't
happy
like
that
champ because obviously it's wrestling, but that was wrestling. Ciampa, he had it so locked in, so safe. Adam Cole,
exactly.
baby.
The funny thing about that though is that
tables.
it's so not safe because they're standing on the top of what's
so
called.
not safe.
They're standing at the top of the cage. Normally they put little platforms up there for them to stand on. They don't have that, so they're standing on just 2 like metal bars.
Yeah, no, I like that.
And he's standing there, and he's trying to pick him up into a fireman's carry and then drop him so he can get his head under his arm. And he's trying to do that, but he's like trying to like hold on to like the chains in front of him, but the chains are loose. They're not tight, so they're kind of like shaking. And he's just like, and he's trying to balance on these little freaking like poles that are like this big. And he's just trying to balance there. And it's like, dude, if he falls forward, he goes to the ground.
Man.
If he falls to the side, they go to the ground. Falls back, you land to the table.
Just for the pop, man. It's crazy what they'll do, and these people sacrifice.
Yeah, and it's like that's the way you end a show, which WWE should take up on because the ending of Survivor Series, not great. The ending of Raw,
Put me to sleep.
not great at all.
Oh, and in a Raw, I I enjoyed it.
Well, yeah, you enjoyed it because you like heels.
So,
but
yeah, as everyone, need me a Seth shirt.
Mm-hmm.
I have not liked Seth the past 2 months because it's not like him. I just don't like the belts being on him. I've said before.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't need it. And I think he's a cornball when he's face. And wow. And he's calling everyone out. I'm like, okay, that's cool. I like where this is going when we started off Raw, But I love the way it ended.
Mm-hmm.
Two stomps.
2 stomps.
Calling them curb stomps.
That's what they are.
Baby.
They should be called that. Or at least blackout, because that's what the original name of it was.
Yeah, watch American History X. You'll feel different about that move.
Huh. Yikes.
Yeah, no, hey,
Yikes.
it's a beautiful movie, and it's just... Anyways.
But yeah, continuing on with like the whole Seth thing, though.
Yeah.
Like...
Turned heel.
But he doesn't.
Okay, not turn heel, but you know what I mean? He turned that.
He teases it.
Don't mess with me. Mm-hmm. He's like, I'm Seth Rollins, and I'll burn you down.
Yeah.
And
like during like the promo, he like at the beginning of Raw, he cuts that promo.
Randy, you sucked.
You were the weakest link. Like saying like AOP, like if you guys were there, maybe
we don't need you tonight. I love
like,
it.
All of you everybody in the locker room, all of you suck, and it's just like. Friggin' Randy Orton walking backstage doing the little freaking
the jerking.
I was just like, oh man, that wasn't supposed to get caught on camera. I don't think.
Shit, camera guy.
Cut away.
I didn't call that angle.
But yeah, that was pretty funny. And then calling out Ray, because that was the thing that made everybody walk away. Like he calls out Charlotte, you don't deserve to be a Flair. That got a reaction. Mm-hmm. But then calls out Ray, and he's just like, I beat Brock Lesnar 2 times this year. He also lost to him, but no one's going to talk about that. But I beat Brock Lesnar 2 times this year, and you couldn't even beat him with a lead pipe, and you're stupid kid. And it's just like, ooh.
Well,
talk about a man's son.
Bite your tongue, because you knew United States champion.
And Ray, well, he wasn't United States champion.
No, at that moment, but I know. But we know.
He walks away, and you can see it on camera. He literally says, of course, I'm going to censor myself, but he literally says, like, F you, man.
Yeah.
And I was just
Camera
like...
got it again. I like maybe it wasn't a mistake.
And it's just like, wow, this is pretty interesting. Like, these guys are like, now Seth Rollins is just making enemies. Like, he's not having any friends over here. He's making all enemies.
Bold, perfect move.
Mm-hmm. And it, like, really fits because Kevin Owens is the only one that doesn't walk away.
We need people to boo Seth Rollins and hate him.
Because who else do you have for a heel on that show?
Yeah.
You have AJ.
Who? Yeah. He's gold right now at his prime.
Absolute gold.
Let's get to him. Yeah.
But you have AJ and you have Brock, but Brock's never there.
Yeah. I mean,
and technically you have like Buddy Murphy, like he's not built yet.
I don't need Brock to be there. I don't know why, but I don't need that belt. That's what makes the belt a little bit more beautiful. But there's not a...
But it'd be nice if it was there, but it wasn't Brock.
But that's why... I don't know. A lot of these guys, well, it's cool. Okay, like... But I want, like I said before, we have that video out there on our Instagram. Randy. I think Randy should be next to Brock. And now you kind of see between Randy, Seth, KO, I would want like a triple threat, two-face Brock. But like I want something, but I don't want Seth to be in that title picture again. So if him and KO are going to feud, which obviously is looking...
Is going to happen.
Nothing come from it. But I also don't want to see these, I don't know how to say it. But like Rey Mysterio... The Kofis, like people who've been around for 20 years. I don't want to see them face Brock.
No,
I'm sorry. I don't like. I don't.
Like
want
it was cool to see Rey face Brock, but
I want to see Cain Velasquez. I know that's Crown Jewel, so I pay no attention.
It's not canon.
I'm already past. Already like we're here in December. TLC's coming. You want something?
Yeah.
But I don't want what I've seen for the past couple months. You could mix in some new brew. I wonder that's why if Bray, like I was saying to you a little off the mic earlier, McIntyre and Bray have been working Monday night after dark matches, specifically in steel cages too. I think this twice back-to-back weeks.
Yeah, I think they're gonna have. I'm sure it's setting something up for like the Rumble or something like that.
I think setting, and also I think it's making McIntyre maybe getting a little better at some match calling. Maybe I feel like Bray, he's working with Bray.
Bray's obviously he's called his matches for years, so
I just feel like maybe something is coming from McIntyre. I know we always said it and assume it, but at the same time too, you can't have maybe not, because you have Seth, kind of long hair guy calling everyone they suck and you're no good. But and then do you look at McIntyre as a face? Because I feel like no one does, and you don't want that guy to kind of
Yeah,
be
'cause
face. You want him to be a...
I actually didn't even think that. I was just talking about heels, and I didn't even think McIntyre as a heel because I love the dude so much that like I don't think of him like
he's
that.
not a bad guy to you.
But he is a heel, and he could be a top heel. But it's just like the fact that he's not built
he's
yet.
dark, yeah.
He should be, because he's like had like this like push where they're just like slowly
He
pushing
gets
him,
there,
and then they
comes
like
back
start pulling
down.
him back, and they start pushing him, and they start pulling him back, and they start put.
You're
and
ready
it's just
yet?
like,
You're not ready yet. And it's amazing because Baron is the one I feel like...
Who's not ready yet?
Yeah, like I don't understand what's going like. I don't know. Good for him.
But Drew McIntyre, I think, is definitely ready to be a top heel, and he should be like...
McIntyre doesn't even have to talk too. He can, but like he doesn't have to talk. I would like to even see him be part of, like, like a Heyman guy. Like he just, or someone just his manager. I wish I also wish, not wish. How do I put this? Like Dana Brooke, she would, if whatever it is, maybe if like she'd be a good manager in a way, but not like...
She's not gonna talk
to
though,
be the
but
be the happy like go person, but kind of be like a muscle like brute security, like a, you know what I mean?
I hear
like,
that a bit, yeah.
Not saying be a lesbian like a butch, but she would be like she could be your modern China, like not
in a
for
way,
nothing.
yeah.
And she doesn't have to be like... I would maybe... Who was it? Dana kept on getting hurt. Remember they did a behind the scene NXT thing when NXT a couple years ago. It was like showing people coming up in NXT with
oh yeah,
who's
yeah.
that former Santarello, the football player?
Yeah.
Whatever. They like showed them, and I remember her. She kept getting hurt, taking a bumps with like from Alexa or something like falling on the back.
Yeah, she's like
I wonder if she's not like durable.
I think that was just inexperience. She didn't know how to fall yet.
But
like
I just
when
wonder
you
if
take
like
a
that-
bump, the one thing that's like difficult about taking a bump is you want to slap the mat the second your back hits, because you want to get as much surface area on the mat at the same time. The way that like a lot of people mess up with the bumps is that they try to go too high on the shoulders or they go too low on the back. And when you go too high on the shoulders, you're messing up your neck. You go too low on your back, you're messing up your lumbar spine. So it's like you got to make sure that like when you hit the mat, especially on like a routine bump, because you take a lot of routine bumps, like obviously there's some crazy spills that like AJ takes and stuff like that. But like if you're taking a routine bump, you want to hit flat as you can. And I'm guessing back then the inexperience, she just couldn't take a bump because they hurt. But
I think that would be...
They hurt, but they hurt less in the long run.
Yeah.
And that's the thing if you take them bad. But I think she could be interesting as like a manager because she's not wrestling.
Yeah. And
so like give her
she
something
doesn't
to
have
do.
to be so facey about it. You know what I mean? She can be a brute about it. While we're on the top of girls, I think it went up. Didn't catch the Firefly Funhouse. But is there a rumor about... so we know Liv Morgan teased something last week, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, she kind of had like a goth
Darkness,
character type
goth
thing
punk
looking.
shit going on.
I think that would be awesome.
Is she Sister Abigail? Is she something? Does she tie into this Wyatt thing? Is she her own thing?
Apparently the story behind that is that she was supposed to have like a character like revamp after the Riot Squad kind of got broken up. So she was supposed to get revamped with a character, and she like got in like a little like shouting match with Charlotte backstage, and they kind of like she like kind of left, and ever since then she just hasn't been on TV. And this has been months and months and months. And now apparently like she doesn't have the pink hair anymore. She of course could dye it, but like apparently she like kind of is like teasing like this goth character. And do you know who else is a goth character, man? That stupid freaking puppet in the Firefly Funhouse, Abby. So, maybe Liv Morgan comes back as like a wacky Harley Quinn to the Joker type thing. Like, which would be awesome because Harley Quinn to Joker, she still does her own thing. And that's the thing. Like, let her still be like her own person, but let her be like the Zelina Vega, like managing the Fiend a little bit.
Or just,
But you don't have to do it right away because the Fiend's still hot.
Imagine her skipping around the ring just randomly during
just being
someone's
crazy.
match. And then, like, just leaves.
Yeah, like...
Lights out and she leaves.
And, like, the Fiend is wrestling and she's just, like, out there, like, just, like, screaming and doing, like, crazy, like, laughing, like, hysterically and just doing, like, Harley Quinn stuff. Like, it just, like...
We can clip this and get that on that IG.
Yeah, I'll see what I can do. I'll try to get that.
That's a beautiful take with her, too.
Yeah, I think that could be something that would, like, be, like, really special for her character and something that would be very special.
I want to like spin this. It's so exciting. Like, like give me that.
Yeah,
Friday too.
That's something that I think would be very awesome. But yeah, and to continue on with like the women, we gotta talk about the main event of Survivor Series.
We shoot real quick. We did not capture the burrito belt when we were on our Triple Threat podcast that we did last week. Represented 3 brands. We did it with the Wrestling Burrito, 3 the Tables, and ourselves. Okay, a lot of good takes. That was a good time. Hopefully get to do it again.
Yeah.
So if you don't follow those people, you should.
Go check them out on Instagram. Check them out anywhere you can't find them.
Matt and Imano, some good takes. I like what they had to say. Gerard through the table, so that was a good time.
Yeah.
So just wanted to shout that out because that's what we were a part of last weekend. Last podcast was with them. Thank you for having us on.
Yeah, thank you guys very much.
We appreciated that. And yeah, and main event.
Main event. Survivor Series main event, dude. I told you it the second that it happened. I was like, so we picked up what they were doing pretty early. They did a promo, had a match, and then did another promo, and then had the match that the first promo was for.
I liked it.
And then did another promo and had the match that the second promo was for. And it kind of makes sense.
I thought it told, like, instead of just what's coming next. I don't know. I liked what it did.
Yeah, but I thought that was like, it fits perfectly because it's like, it gets you excited for the match. And then it's like, okay, but you got to wait. You got to wait 1 minute.
Yeah.
You got to stick around for this match.
The only promo I
the
didn't really care for was Becky's, to be honest. But every other thing, like when they talked before the match, I thought was good.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I don't know what's going on with some of the things, but I just don't know what's going on with the Mike and Becky right now. Same thing with Seth. Something just...
It's hot and cold.
It's very cold with her, and she has the title too, so I want her to drop it. And
she'll probably drop it at Mania.
Not even true. Yeah, I guess she has to.
That would be... I think they're trying to set her versus Shayna up for Mania. Because Shayna, I think they're trying to have her drop the title to Ripley. She's going to move on up and face... what's called? Becky at Mania.
That'd be good for the women's
Don't make that the main event, though. Do not make that the main event.
You don't have to.
Because judging by this main event, which...
Hopefully they learned.
That match was so slow.
When are they going to learn? I don't mean nothing against it. I'm all for women's wrestling. But I've been to the Hell in a Cell 2017, I believe, with Charlotte Flair and Sasha Banks' first main event, a pay-per-view.
Inside Hell in a Cell.
And you just shouldn't do it.
And it wasn't a good match.
It wasn't. You shouldn't
do it. It was a good match. It wasn't a good main event.
Yeah, you shouldn't do it. It's not a good... Yeah, it's just not a good... it's not about where men or fans are. Like, it's not that we're not evolving, like, you know...
It's just...
If you look at the crowds, like people in sports arenas, if you think about it, like, no, we accept it. We love... You know what I mean? We love wrestling. Sometimes, over the years throughout life, those, haven't been the best wrestlers. I think now... Great talent, great. Like, everyone's an athlete now. So those girls with the main event, all great, all could have a good match. But if that match wasn't the main event,
it would have a totally different perspective on it.
But it put me to sleep.
Yeah.
It put me to sleep. And why? But not just why. Let's give it to the benefit of the doubt. All the matches before it.
Just so fast paced. They kept building. They kept on improving.
It led to that. And I'm not hating it because I wouldn't want the... Did you want the finish of the co-main event to be the main event?
No.
I don't think so.
Just randomly Brock wins?
What I liked, that I did like Dominic hitting the 619 with his pops.
Yep.
That was a great moment. That would have been maybe...
And did you notice his frog splash too? A lot of people thought that he like messed up with a frog splash. No, he did what Ray used to do, which is like to put the hands behind, and then he converted that into like the Eddie frog splash. Yeah. So it's like he paid homage to both of them in like the same time, because the dude's like, he's an athlete, like he got some good height on that. So it's like
he's pretty big too.
Yeah, he's
tall.
He's
like
pretty
to
cool,
be Ray's son. He's tall.
Yeah.
He's tall. I don't know. Eddie was right. Maybe you need that paternity test, Holmes.
Get that custody. But yeah, no,
Dominic. Sorry.
It's just funny though, because back to like the thing, it's like the ladies, like the WrestleMania main event. Everybody was absolutely exhausted because that main event didn't start till like 12:30 at night. Like for us,
no, it was
wild. Like everybody is absolutely exhausted, but that match was still good, and it's not because of like the wrestling, because the wrestling, it's always good, or at least good enough. It's more of the fact of everybody cared so much about Becky Lynch, and that was the thing, people cared. This match, why do we care? Like what
you're supposed to care for?
Ooh, Becky and Shayna, they're both like badasses.
And
like,
then
Bayley's
she doesn't want to be loved
there.
anymore.
Like,
yeah. And I wish this wish something could take off with Bailey because I would really like it. Like, I just wish she could distance herself a little bit more. The haircut probably does. I think that's what they're probably trying to do.
Yeah.
But like, she could really, I don't know. That haircut just doesn't. For some reason, it doesn't. It's not like
It doesn't
it's
work.
not attractive.
Yeah.
I guess is the best way.
Which
to
I
say
guess
it.
makes sense for a heel because you don't want her to be attractive
But
in a
like,
way. But
yeah, but I don't know. I think like she can just. I don't know. Like, I wish she was bigger. I wish because as she is, she has the title, you know. But in my eyes, that 400 whatever days everyone's at, not for nothing. I think Charlotte Flair, like, she's my Brock Lesnar.
yeah, I
You know,
hear
I'd
that.
rather her be champion.
Be champion,
rather than
just
on
not
TV,
even on
but
TV.
Not even wrestle. Not on TV. But
Oh, just like
you
never
know what I mean?
wrestles.
But just talk. Think about it. She could piss off the crowd every week if she wanted to.
If she wanted to.
And she can wrestle the brains off. So
Yeah. When she wants to. That's the thing too.
You know,
But
I
like
don't know. Just like where does Bailey sit for me? But
yeah. And I feel like they should have known with that match. Like someone should have warned like Vince, like, hey Vince, just so you know, Shayna Baszler, she wrestles a slow style. Like her
did
it's
great
almost
the
like
night before.
yeah,
It
because that was a
great.
totally different match. It's
Yeah.
War Games. You got all of like those women, so Shayna doesn't have to do as much. But in a triple threat match, when even in that match, Shayna doesn't have to do as much as like a one-on-one. But like she wrestles a very slow style, very methodical, and it's like she puts people to sleep.
Yes.
And she put the crowd to sleep.
Put me.
And like
Put B to sleep.
it shouldn't have happened like that. Like that match, put it on second to last, put it on third to last, put it on first.
Well,
doesn't matter.
They had their little
Would have been totally different.
out. So it depends how you look at it, right? Because I remember what you first said when we were watching it. You're like, "Hey, B, come back. It's all better now." When
Yeah.
Becky.
Because like I thought something actually like important was gonna happen.
Yeah.
Because like Becky starts beating up Shayna. But then she just hits with a leg drop and then just stands tall. I was like, oh, I thought we were gonna get like
And to my music
something.
now, we just lost. First of all, you just lost your little Survivor Series, Jazz.
yeah, and apparently Becky didn't care. Becky doesn't like
and it's
because that
alright,
was the thing.
but-
Like none of them cared about the brand supremacy thing. So why were they the main event?
Do you think?
Because none of them were fighting for the brand. So it's like what? What's going on?
I think like she just like deepens her voice to talk tough, maybe, and that's why I don't believe her. You know what I mean? Like they want to like no, just walk that, just be cool.
Yeah, you don't gotta.
She's acting.
You don't gotta
cool.
act cool. You gotta be
She's
cool.
just like you know what I mean? Like you're not the man because you say you're the man.
You're the man because of what you do. And
Like-
for a long time, what she did was stuff that the man would do.
You know, but now she's just not the man. Like you're not.
You're just the woman
But who
with the
is?
title.
Like they're not anybody that division. No, none of the divisions are besides NXT Women's Division are anything right now.
Yeah, and that's the thing
So
that
hopefully that
that's what
happens.
Survivor Series kills though. It kills all of the feuds, and it totally makes like
But good for
heels,
a clean
faces
slate
doesn't matter.
If we can do it now, right? Which is great. I think we needed it.
Yeah.
we need it. You know what I mean? You just gave me Brock and Ray. Like,
But it also sets such a high
get me out
standard.
of here.
It sets such a high standard that's going to be difficult to reach.
Mm-hmm.
But Survivor. Everybody says that Royal Rumble is like the kickoff to WrestleMania. I think it's honestly Survivor Series because you hit Survivor Series, then you like because that's the clean slate, like you just said. Hit Survivor Series, cleans everything out. You go to TLC, and then off of TLC, that's when you hit the Rumble and the feuds for Mania start. But like I feel like it really like the year of wrestling kicks off with Survivor Series.
Do we get a ladder match at TLC for the Intercontinental title? So
Probably.
beautiful. I would love seeing it hang up in the rafters.
So what WWE does with
Sami
TLC now?
Zayn sneak it out though.
Oh, that would
We
actually
don't
be
want to
interesting.
break it up now, but does Sammy just break into the match? Imagine if Sammy's not even in the match
Mm-hmm.
and he's just there and then he takes it, or if it's just he takes it and it's a win for him and
For Shinsuke, yeah.
But
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just think that like TLC recently they do a tables, ladders, and chairs match.
Mm-hmm.
They do a ladder match. They do a table match, and they do a chair match. And then all the rest of the
what's a
matches
chair
are
match? Do I get a haircut?
They're
haircut
just
there?
dumb. It's just like, oh, you're allowed to use a chair. Nothing else though. Like it's just like such like a stupid concept, and it's like you're not allowed. And it's like you have to have one of each,
Mm-hmm.
and then all the rest of the matches are just normal matches. It's like no TLC. I want to see like 2 TLC matches, maybe a ladder match, maybe a tables match or 2, And the ladder match, I want it to be like a fatal 4-way or something like that.
That'd be
But it's
cool.
just like,
We need those.
why? Like, I don't want to see like if there's like a tag title match. I don't want to see a 2-on-2. Like, I want to see a tag title match in TLC. Like just change it up, because I feel like it's like the same thing with Hell in a Cell. All these gimmick pay-per-views. It's like, if you're gonna have,
I feel like that's the biggest corner.
if you're gonna have pay-per-views that are relying on gimmicks, like, oh, we can't have Hell in a Cell unless it's October, TLC unless it's December.
I do hate that.
You can't have Elimination Chamber unless it's February. It's like, if you're gonna do that, then first of all, at least give us a feud that makes sense.
There was a Survivor Series with the Elimination Chamber before, I believe. Or it was SummerSlam. I believe it was Survivor Series 01, or maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, 02.
With Goldberg.
02.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite ones.
Yeah, it was one of the
awesome.
best what's called matches to this day. Elimination Chambers to this day.
It is. Like, so
And
that's what it should be. There's survival.
Yeah.
That's a survival moment for me. Like, yeah, it's a survival match for your
You have to survive the
guys.
cage, you have to survive the chamber.
But we're top 10. Like, I guess you would say, if you look at those guys, they all stood tall and muscular. And now we look at these guys and everyone's 5'10".
Still muscular for
No,
the most
for
part.
sure. But, like, you know what I mean? Who do you have on the... You have Ricochet, KO, Rollins, Roman. I wish Buddy was in the match or something, but he wouldn't be right now. Who else? And, like, someone else. Rusev once
Probably
upon
Corbin.
a time. Corbin, yeah.
Corbin will get thrown
You
in.
know what I mean? And compare that to Jericho, Benoit, Goldberg, Kane,
Taker,
like,
Triple H.
you know what I mean? So I guess you can't have that match
Brock.
that way, because then, yeah, but exactly, I wish, like, come on.
Yeah, it's like totally different. But it's like, if you're going to do like the gimmick
Like,
pay-per-views,
Absolutely the worst.
at least make all the matches the gimmicks.
Every match.
Or at
Every
least
match.
like maybe 1 or 2 isn't.
Yeah.
But it's like,
But give me every match.
like, I don't want to watch Hell in a Cell where I
TLC,
only
all
get
those
2
belts
Hell
should
in
be
a Cell
hung up.
matches.
Yes.
Like, that's stupid. Like, why call it Hell in a Cell? Just call it
Give me Hell in a Cell twice a year if that's the case.
Backlash and just have Hell in a Cell match on it.
Thank you. I miss those pay-per-views.
Yeah. They actually just filed for 2 trademarks of ECW pay-per-views. Can't think of the names of them. One of them was like a weird, like, long name, but they just filed for 2 trademarks for like ECW pay-per-views. So it's like, hey,
Nostalgia sells.
maybe we can get something else. I don't know what their plans are for pay-per-views next year, because I hope they're not going back to
Let's switch it up.
every other week pay-per-views.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember those? They did that for 2016, dude. Those things were painful to get through because
When we watched
nothing
them,
felt special.
Of course, yeah. No, it's just every other week. No, I like both brands. You get a slot. And it
Yeah,
should
you
be
get-
every other match. They're refs, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's how it used to be. I used to love it when the invasion, though, happened. You had the WCW refs, and they would wear their WCW shirts, you know,
That's interesting.
on SmackDown. Like, you know, like they were still these referees, you know.
Yeah.
But, yeah, real quick, I think, I don't know if we're wrapping up, but
We can keep going for a minute or 3.
AJ and Rey Mysterio. So you have a new United States champion now. Versus AJ again. Where's this angle go? Brock. Who's next for Brock? We answered that a couple weeks ago. We'll see how that works.
Yeah, what we think is...
Where's coming there? Your tag champions, Viking and Raiders. I wonder what's in the works for them.
They'll just throw them against the OC again, probably.
Yeah, TLC's coming. So.
Or Authors of Pain.
Yeah, but right, I don't want to see the Raiders like that's another one. Because what are you gonna do with these guys? You know, eventually you would hope you want them to be champions, but looks like they gonna
Looks
get the
like they're
Viking
gonna...
Raiders.
Honestly, it looks like Seth Rollins is about to be a leader of a new faction. Seth Rollins with the Authors of Pain. Unlikely, but it could happen.
Could use him. I like that.
It would be very interesting because...
They need the mic.
And that really sets up Kevin Owens as like the anti-establishment guy going up against like Seth Rollins, because Seth was dressed in a suit this week. He hasn't dressed in a suit since he was a heel when he made his return back in 2017.
Yeah.
So it's like Seth dressed in a suit,
Well-
got the Authors of Pain dressed in suits, and you know what? He'll stick together. So that would be interesting.
I like that take a lot.
I just got
Perfect.
yeah.
I
So
think that's the way to go and end that one.
yeah, perfect way to end it. So thank you guys for joining us here on Wrestlers Pit. I'm Nick. With me is B. Check out our Instagram at Wrestlers Pit. One love. See you guys.
One love, everyone.
Thanks very much for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe down below to us here on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Wrestlers Pit. One love. See you guys.